Welcome in, everyone, to another deep dive with us.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be looking at the fascinating story of Narin Beauty.
Absolutely.
A YouTube star who's got a following of over 15.5 million subscribers.
Wow, that's huge.
It really is. It's a massive following. Now, you might know her from her incredible makeup looks or her super engaging videos, but we're really here to take a look beyond that and see why she's become so successful globally.
Yeah.
And to help us with this, we're going to use that classic 5W's framework.
Of it.
Who, what, when, where, and why. That should help us unpack what makes this particular beauty influencer tick. So to kind of kick things off, what's interesting about her story?
I think one of the most interesting things is right from the start.
Yeah.
Narin Beauty, or Narin Amara, if you're talking to her off camera.
Right.
She's not your typical Swedish YouTuber.
Right.
You know, she was actually born in Syria.
Oh, wow.
And then later moved to Sweden. So it really makes you think about, does that cross-cultural background actually add to her appeal in a way?
Yeah, it's definitely a unique element in her story, for sure.
Yeah.
She started her YouTube journey back in 2014.
Okay.
And really her focus was on beauty tutorials and lifestyle vlogs.
Right.
Which, at the time, that was a pretty standard formula.
Very much so.
But something she clearly did was stand out from the crowd.
Yes.
And managed to amass 15.5 million subscribers.
Right.
So what do you think it was? What was that special something?
Well, I think if we actually look at her content closely, it's anything but standard.
Right.
It's a really carefully curated mix of so many different formats.
Yeah.
Like you have, of course, those really deep, in-depth makeup tutorials.
Right.
But then she's got skincare routines.
Okay.
Fashion hauls, fun challenges, even those personal vlogs that people love. So it's like she's running her own little mini network.
Right.
With something for everyone.
So instead of just riding one particular trend, she's actually making sure she covers all the bases.
Absolutely.
Keeping it fresh and probably appealing to a wider audience in the process.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. Someone might subscribe because they love her makeup skills.
Right.
But then they get hooked on her fashion hauls, or maybe they just, connect with her on a personal level through her vlogs.
Right.
And I think that's where she's really smart.
Yeah.
This multifaceted approach.
It's key.
It's absolutely key to building a fan base that is loyal and engaged.
It makes her channel really a one-stop shop for all things beauty and lifestyle.
Definitely.
And I bet that's one of the reasons why she hit the big time around 2016.
Right.
Which was when her beauty tutorials really started to gain traction.
Yeah. So what was going on then? What was happening in the online beauty world?
Well, that was when the influencer marketing landscape just started to really explode.
Okay.
So platforms like Instagram were really becoming huge players.
Yeah.
And a lot of YouTubers were stepping up their game in terms of production quality and their content strategy.
So her timing was perfect.
I think so.
Yeah.
She was kind of in the right place at the right time, but she also understood how to leverage these evolving platforms as well.
Right. She wasn't just posting videos.
Exactly.
She was building a whole brand.
She was ahead of the curve.
Very much so.
She really seemed to realize that being active on multiple platforms was going to be key for growth.
Absolutely. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
She was creating those super high quality tutorials on YouTube.
Right.
But then at the same time, she was building community on Instagram.
Okay.
Interacting with fans.
Right.
Sharing snippets of her life.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people miss.
Yeah.
Is that in the digital age, just being present across these different platforms is so important.
It's huge.
To maximize your reach.
It's huge.
And your engagement. It's a strategy that we see so many successful influencers adopt.
Yeah, she was early to recognize this need to diversify not only her content, but also the platforms she was using.
Definitely.
That takes some serious foresight, I think. But, she's based in Sweden.
Right.
But you mentioned earlier, her content is also really popular in the Middle East.
Specifically in Iraq.
Specifically in Iraq.
Yeah.
She's somehow cracked this code of having cross-cultural appeal.
It's really fascinating.
Which is pretty rare in the beauty world.
Think about it. Beauty standards.
Yeah.
They can be so localized.
Right.
With trends differing all over the world.
Absolutely.
Across different regions, cultures.
Yeah.
But Narin has found a way to bridge those gaps.
Yeah.
And appeal to a truly global audience.
Right. And I think that's where her background kind of comes in.
Yeah.
The fact that she's originally from Syria and now is living in Sweden.
She's able to kind of connect with audiences in both the Western world and the Middle East.
Yeah.
Speaking to, like, a broader set of sensibilities, really.
So she's almost like bringing these two worlds together through her content.
Yeah.
And she's created this space where everyone kind of feels welcome and represented.
That's the key, I think, feeling represented and seen.
And I think it seems like a large part of her success is just from being authentically herself.
Definitely.
It's almost like she's inviting viewers into her world, sharing her life, and that personality of hers really shines through.
You hit the nail on the head in an industry that often feels superficial.
Right?
Narin's authenticity is so refreshing.
Yeah.
You really get the sense that she's not putting on an act.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people are looking for.
Yeah.
They're looking for genuine connections.
And it's that relatable quality that I think makes people hit that subscribe button and come back for more.
But there's got to be more to it than just being yourself. The internet is full of people who are authentic.
Absolutely.
And not all of them become YouTube stars.
Right.
So I think that's where consistency plays a huge role.
Okay.
So ever since 2014, she's been uploading regularly.
Right.
Which gives her audience this steady stream of content to enjoy.
It keeps them coming back.
Exactly. And it builds a sense of familiarity, reliability. Her viewers know that they can depend on her
for new video.
To have new videos,
Yeah.
And that makes a difference.
It's almost like having a favorite show that you know is going to air every week.
Exactly.
You have that anticipation. You build it into your routine.
But even with the best shows, they need to evolve.
To stay fresh.
Yeah. And I think that brings us to another key ingredient to Narin's success.
Which is?
Adaptability.
Okay.
Remember when we were talking about her diverse range of content?
Right.
That's a prime example of her being willing to adapt.
So she's not afraid to try new things, jump on new trends, keep her content fresh and aligned with what her audience wants.
Exactly. Take, for example, the rise of TikTok.
Right.
Narin didn't just ignore it.
Right.
She embraced it.
Okay.
She created those, short, engaging videos that resonated with a whole new audience.
That's smart.
Because TikTok is a whole different beast.
Whole
And she was willing to adjust her approach and conquer this new platform.
It shows her understanding of this ever-changing digital landscape.
100%.
Like, she's not just following trends. It's almost like she's anticipating them and staying ahead of the game.
Totally.
So we've got authenticity, consistency, adaptability. What other factors do you think have played into her success?
Have you noticed how she interacts with her fans on platforms like Instagram and TikTok? It's not just a one-way street.
Okay.
She's actively engaging with them, responding to comments, fostering a real sense of community.
So it's almost like she's building a relationship with her audience.
Totally.
Rather than just creating content for them.
It's a powerful way to build loyalty.
For sure.
And it's something that so many brands and creators strive for, but often fall short.
Yeah, Narin just seems to do it so naturally.
It feels genuine. Organic.
So it's not just about hitting that like button. It's about creating that space where her fans feel seen and heard.
Definitely.
Which is a really valuable lesson for anyone trying to build a brand in today's world. But how does she actually translate all of this into like actual success? What happened around 2016 that really helped her break through?
I think, 2016 was more than just her posting videos. It was a combination of things. Perfectly aligning. She was creating engaging content. High quality content. She was actively building her brand across platforms. And fostering a strong sense of community. And then the beauty world in 2016 was just ripe for a new kind of influencer.
So she was ready. And the world was ready for her.
The platforms were evolving, the audiences were growing. And she was perfectly positioned to catch that wave.
So it was a culmination of her talent, her strategy, and just good timing.
And that's a powerful lesson in itself. Sometimes success isn't just one thing. It's about having all the right pieces in place and being ready to capitalize on an opportunity.
When it arises. I think so. I think we can learn a lot from Narin's journey.
Absolutely.
Completely beyond just the world of beauty and social media.
100%.
So what do you think is the biggest takeaway so far?
For me, it's really about staying true to yourself.
Okay.
while constantly evolving and adapting. I think her story is a really good reminder that authenticity is powerful, but it's not enough on its own.
Right.
You have to combine it with a willingness to learn, to grow, and to embrace new challenges.
It's a message that really resonates, I think.
Yeah.
Far beyond just the world of YouTube. It really is a testament to hard work and strategic thinking and genuine connection.
And we haven't even touched on the fact that she's expanding beyond content creation.
Yeah.
She's already hinting at potential product collaborations.
Okay.
And maybe even her own beauty line.
Which makes sense given her huge following.
Yeah.
And just her entrepreneurial spirit.
Absolutely. Yeah, it seems like a really natural next step for someone with her level of influence and business smarts.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be really interesting to see what she creates and how she uses her brand and that massive audience.
Yeah, for sure.
To create something exciting and new.
And speaking of her brand, she's also hinted at the challenges of navigating fame and maintaining a sense of privacy in a career that's so public-facing.
Yeah, and that's something a lot of influencers face.
Right.
It's like this double-edged sword where you build this career by sharing your life with everyone.
Right.
But then it becomes so hard to separate your public persona from your private life.
Yeah.
And, you know, finding those boundaries is so crucial.
For your mental well-being.
Yeah.
And I think also for your long-term success as well.
Totally.
I can't imagine what it's like to have millions of people feeling like they know you personally.
It's wild.
And to deal with that level of scrutiny and the potential for online criticism, it's gotta be daunting.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Even when you have this really positive, supportive community, negativity can still creep in.
Yeah, for sure.
And dealing with that pressure is just part of the territory.
Yeah.
When you have that big of an online presence.
For sure. It requires a lot of resilience and a good support system to navigate all of those challenges.
Totally.
It sounds like she found a way to stay pretty grounded and focused on the positive aspects of her work, which is really admirable.
And she's not just creating content, she's really building a community.
Yeah.
And I think promoting a really positive mindset.
Right. And remember, we talked about earlier how diverse her content is.
Right.
And how it caters to a wide range of interests.
Yeah.
I think that inclusivity extends to her message as well.
Absolutely. Because through her tutorials and her lifestyle content, she encourages people to embrace their individuality and express themselves creatively.
Which is a powerful message.
Yes.
Especially in the beauty world.
Right.
Which often promotes unrealistic beauty standards.
Right. Totally. She's not selling products or trends.
Yeah.
It's more about promoting a mindset of self-confidence and self-acceptance. It's finding your own style and your voice.
And being okay with that.
Yeah. And not being afraid to experiment and have fun.
It's refreshing to see an influencer who's really focused on empowering others rather than promoting like one narrow definition of beauty.
And it seems to resonate with her diverse audience.
Right.
It transcends cultural differences. It speaks to a universal desire to be confident and comfortable with who you are.
Which is a powerful takeaway, I think, from her story.
Absolutely.
So we've explored the who, the what, the when, the where of Narin's journey.
Yeah.
But I think the why of her success runs deeper than just those surface level observations.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that.
Right.
Like, what is it about her content and her message that speaks to so many people?
Well, I think it's her ability to inspire.
Okay.
She's living proof.
Yeah.
That you can achieve your dreams.
Right.
Even if you come from a different background.
Yeah.
Or face challenges that are unique.
Okay.
Her story is a testament to hard work.
Right.
To resilience. To believing in yourself.
It's a message that resonates with anyone who's ever felt like an outsider or struggled to find their place.
Totally.
Yeah.
And Narin's journey reminds us that you don't have to fit into a mold.
Right.
To be successful.
Okay.
Embracing your individuality can be your greatest strength.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's so relevant today.
Absolutely.
With all the images of perfection we see.
Yeah, all the pressure to conform.
Narin is just a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Reminding us that Authenticity and individuality are what truly make us beautiful.
So we've learned a lot about her strategy, her brand building techniques, the messages that she conveys.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to shift gears a little bit and think about her future.
Okay.
You mentioned earlier that she's hinted at expanding her brand beyond content creation.
She has this massive following.
Right.
This really strong brand identity.
Yeah.
And she's got the business skills to make it happen.
Yeah.
So it's natural she'd want to explore other options.
Yeah. Build her own business empire.
Exactly.
So what kind of ventures do you think she might pursue?
Well, she's mentioned product collaborations.
Right.
Maybe even her own beauty line.
Yeah.
Which is really logical next step for a lot of beauty influencers. Because it lets them have more creative control, ownership over their brand.
Yeah, I can totally see her launching a line of cosmetics or skincare products that really reflect her style and her values.
And it would be such a hit with her fan base.
Yeah, for sure.
And then beyond that, you know, who knows?
Right.
Maybe fashion lifestyle products.
Right.
Maybe even something totally outside of the beauty world.
Right.
Because she's so adaptable.
Yeah.
And she's willing to take risks. The possibilities are endless.
It is exciting to think about where she might go.
Yeah.
She's already accomplished so much. But this feels like it's just the beginning for her.
I agree. I think Narin's story is a great reminder that anything is possible.
Yeah.
If you work hard, you're determined.
Yeah.
And you have a real passion for what you do.
Her story really highlights the power of believing in yourself and constantly evolving.
Absolutely.
But it also brings up an important point.
Okay.
About the challenges of being in the public eye and dealing with online scrutiny.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not all glamorous photo shoots and brand deals.
There's a human side to all of this.
There is. Yeah. It's important to acknowledge, you know, the pressure, the challenges
that come with putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
Navigating that balance between sharing your life, but then also protecting your privacy.
It's tricky.
It has to be.
Especially when you've got this huge, vocal online audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder that even the most successful influencers, they're human with their own vulnerabilities and struggles.
Absolutely.
And it is inspiring to see how she's managed to navigate those challenges and still build this really positive, supportive community.
And it just shows that success isn't this straight line.
Right.
There's going to be ups and downs, challenges, triumphs. It's about learning from your experiences and adapting.
And staying true to your vision.
Absolutely.
It's a good lesson.
Yeah.
For anyone, really.
Totally.
Like, whether they're an aspiring influencer or just trying to figure out how to live their life in today's digital age.
Definitely.
What are your thoughts on the future of influencer marketing?
Okay.
And how Narin's success fits into that landscape?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Because influencer marketing is constantly changing.
Yeah, evolving.
And it's getting more and more sophisticated.
Yeah.
Brands are looking for more than just a pretty face to promote their products.
They want authenticity.
They want authentic voices.
Engaging content.
Yeah, they want a genuine connection with their audience.
So it's not just about having a huge following anymore.
Right.
It's about having that dedicated and engaged community that trusts you.
That trusts your recommendations. And that's where I think Narin really excels.
Yeah.
She's built a community around her brand.
Yeah.
By being authentic, by being relatable. And just genuinely passionate about what she does.
It sounds like she's a prime example of what the future of influencer marketing really holds.
Yeah.
Genuine connection, creative content, a focus on building those long-term relationships with your audience.
Absolutely. And her story is a reminder that success in this industry isn't just about luck.
It takes more than that.
Yeah. It's hard work. It's strategic thinking. And a deep understanding of your audience and how the digital world is changing.
So we've talked a lot about Narin's journey and the factors that led to her success. But I kind of want to bring it back to you, the listener. What do you think is the most compelling aspect of her story? Is it her entrepreneurial spirit, her cross-cultural appeal, her commitment to authenticity? What stands out to you as like the key ingredient in her recipe for success?
It's a great question to reflect on.
Yeah.
And while you're thinking about that, I want to kind of challenge you to think about how the lessons we've learned today can apply to your own life, even if you're not a beauty influencer or an aspiring entrepreneur.
That's an important point. Because we often look at these really successful people and think, well, that's great for them, but that's not realistic for me. But I think what Narin's story reminds us is that we can all benefit from embracing our individuality. Being adaptable.
Absolutely.
Building those genuine connections with people.
Those are valuable skills no matter what you do. Whether you're building a business, pursuing some creative passion, or just navigating life.
Just everyday life.
Absolutely.
And think about it. Her story shows how important it is to keep evolving and adapt to new challenges.
Absolutely.
You know, she didn't just make one type of content. Or stick to one platform.
She branched out.
She branched out.
Experimented,
Found ways to stay relevant. As the digital landscape kept changing. I think it's a good reminder for all of us that learning is a lifelong process.
It is.
And we should never be afraid to try something new or step outside of our comfort zone.
Absolutely.
And, you know, her emphasis on authenticity is a pretty powerful lesson. You know, we live in a world where we're constantly bombarded with these perfect images and messages.
And being genuine, relatable.
Is it like such a breath of fresh air?
It is.
It's about like letting your personality shine through and connecting with people.
On a human level.
On a human level.
And Narin's story is proof that genuine connection.
It's powerful.
It is so powerful.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of Narin's beauty, I hope you're leaving with a renewed sense of inspiration and a few practical takeaways that you can use in your own life.
Remember, success isn't just about fame or fortune. It's about finding your path. Pursuing what you're passionate about. Making a positive impact on the world. In any way you can.
However big or small that impact is.
I think Narin's journey shows that.
It really does.
She's not just a beauty influencer. She's a businesswoman. A role model. And really a reminder that anything is possible.
Absolutely.
If you set your mind to it. Work hard.
And have that desire to connect with others.
So keep exploring. Keep creating.
Keep being your amazing selves. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
On this deep dive.
We'll see you next time.
Don't forget to subscribe Deep Dive 5W's and leave a review. Until next time, keep exploring.